بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful.
نسألك يا من هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق الفتاح العليم القابض الباسط الخافض الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم العدل اللطيف الخبير الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيت الحسيب الجليل الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي المتين الولي الحميد المحصي المبدئ المعيد المحيي المميت الحي القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن الوالي.
As a Yemenite Jew, I can tell you that the name itself is not the devil, is not a pagan idol, is not the moon god, as evangelical Christians have been propagating for decades. This is a very, very sick cult, by the way, and their idiocy is quite redundant. And at the same time, claim to support Israel, when in actuality in Israel we say Allah, we say Yallah, we say these terms, these phrases are understandable to our understanding, that they are not in any way, shape or form to what they say, to what evangelical Christians say is basically the devil. No, we understand what the name Allah means, what it signifies. Take the dictionary of the Hebrew language. I take the dictionary and I actually took the name of God. So basically, Aleph, Lam, Veh, Elah is God in Hebrew. This is the Arabic name of God. There's 4 letters: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here's the Hebrew version of the Arabic name Allah once it is written in Hebrew. Allah in Hebrew would be Aleph, Lamed, Lamed, He. In Arabic, God can also be written without using 2 L's. So it could actually be Aleph, Lam, He. So Ilah, which is the exact same thing as Allah. Allah is not the devil. God forbid. May God even forgive me for saying such horrible things. The Muslims, the idolatry has been removed from their hearts. A Muslim does not know idolatry. He does not know paganism. He has no form of whatsoever of any grain left in his heart. You know, Muslims and Jews and Muslims, we both worship the same God. No matter what these crazy evangelical Christians are saying, they're basically nutbags. Whatever they say, they just try to come up with exceeding lies, redundant lies. Allah, Hashem, Allah are, through etymology, which is the study of the root of words, have come to a unanimous agreement that Allah is the perfect Arabic name of God, that it cannot be made into a male. Through its perfection, it cannot be made into a male gender nor a female gender, but rather a neutral attribute to God. Such wonderful history.
May the peace of God and His compassions and blessing be upon you. In this video I want to talk about Allah. the God of Abraham. Often among Christians and Jews, I hear opposition against use of the term Allah in reference to the Creator, the God of Abraham, on the basis of several misunderstandings and lack of information. And that is the belief that in ancient Arabia, there was an idol named Allah. And hence, Allah is an idol. And if you pray to Allah, you're praying to an idol. Whether or not there was an idol named Allah makes no difference. What makes a difference is the intention of the people who are praying to the one they call Allah. If when they say Allah, they're thinking of some idol or some physical being in some particular location, or some human being, like the Nation of Islam, then I would agree that that is a false deity. But if the individual is praying to one whom they call Allah, and they have in their mind no conception of any form or any corporality, but the historical God who created the universe, then that is not a false God. If this isn't a good enough explanation for you, then I will have to request all Christians and anyone else who uses the term God to abstain, please, from using the term God, because the English term God, even in the Hebrew Bible, is used in reference to the name of a false deity. Another problem and objection to Islam, not that I agree with everything in Islam, but objection should be based on reason and not misunderstanding and contradictory and hypocritical evidences. Another objection given in protest of worshiping Allah is that it was the moon god, and even today you see Muslims often wearing or incorporating symbols of the crescent moon in their architecture or whatever else. Now this doesn't mean that the deity that Arabs worship or Muslims worship is the moon god, even if the moon was associated at one time in history with Arabian idolatry, any more than the Star of David would imply that Jews are worshiping some kind of star god. The same can be true with the cross. I don't believe that Christians, when they intend their minds to the Creator of the universe without form and likeness, to be idolaters simply because the cross, which is worn around the necks of millions of Christians, was also common in pre-Christian idolatries. I'd like to finish this video off with a quote from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 29, where in Hebrew it states, "There is no God with me." And in the Aramaic translation of Onkelos, it states, "Let Allah bar minni. Ma'as-salama, hayakum Allah." Of Christians was also common in pre-Christian idolatries. I'd like to finish this video off with a quote from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 29, where in Hebrew it states, "There is no God with me." And in the Aramaic translation of Onkelos, it states, "Let Allah bar minni. Ma'as-salama, hayakum Allah."